if Jar Jar Binks was in real life, you know what I mean? That was gay as fuck. That was something. Welcome back to another episode. May the fucking fourth be with you.
Fourth be with you.
This is a beautiful episode to all my nerds out there, all my fans that love Star Wars just like us. I'm kind of one of those people who started liking Star Wars later in life. I thought it was pretty stupid up until like 18. And then I sat through, I watched them all. And I had a deeper respect for him. I had always watched episode 1, and episode 1 is fire. If you haven't checked it out, that's probably the one most of you grew up with. It's just a dope little nerd experience, bro. I got so many pulls from that, so many refs from it. I need you guys to watch it today. We got a whole episode planned on just Star Wars talk. So if that's some shit you're not about, fucking pass on to the next one.
Force is not with you.
The Force is weak in you, son. To my right, to your left, you're seeing my buddy, the one and only Hunter, coming to co-host with me for this episode. He's representing the side of the Sith, those stupid fucks who believe in
live long and prosper.
Yeah, they're stupid. They're stupid. They believe in fucking.
The Star Wars nerds would hate me.
They're the Hitler of Star Wars.
What'd you just say?
Star Wars. Why is it in all of those ones they believe in a pure race? The Sith is like, we have to be pure, the Metacurian ground.
I just feel honestly.
Just like Voldemort. Voldemort says, kill all the muggles.
You know, Voldemort's one of those dudes, though, that, like, nothing can top him. I honestly feel like if Voldemort went up against Darth Vader or, like, even Emperor Palpatine, like, 100%. Like,
well, yeah, that's because fucking Voldemort got the range. But he can Avada Kedavra from 30 feet.
But so can freaking Emperor Sidious. He can shoot lightning.
Protego.
So just think about it like this. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess freaking magic beats all of it. Yeah.
Magic beats all.
Yeah, 100%.
Magic
but I mean, like
all.
The Force though is a magical entity. It's in itself.
Yeah.
You know.
No, you were saying the Force is like a being. Are you talking about Ezra Bridger and Kanan talking to that fucking goat-like thing? Because that's like a forced being.
Yeah, but the Force in itself, I feel like is like a separate force from, you know, nature and whatnot. I feel like it's its own entity, almost like the Flash with the Speed Force.
Yeah.
But I definitely feel that certain beings can connect more with the Force, depending on, you know, where they are probably in like the galaxy. Because I guarantee you, there's like certain parts of the galaxy where like the Force is really, really thick. Yeah. You know, like there's just magic like everywhere.
Yoda's home planet and shit.
Yeah, or like Dathomir, freaking where the Sith and everything is at, freaking.
No, that's not
the Night
Sisters.
The Night Sisters. Oh yeah, the Night Sisters.
Yeah, the Night Sisters are like the witches of Star Wars lore, which is cool. That I really enjoyed the animated series in Star Wars, just because they brought so much more shit to canon. And I'm a big fucking nerd for canon shit. I don't want to see no filler. I don't want to hear nothing that isn't truly true. And both of the shows are great. Clone Wars is great. Rebels is great. I think Rebels is better.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen Rebels, like Star Wars Rebels it breaks down the Force a lot better than like any of the other shows that you watch. And like, yeah, it might be a little bit more kiddish, but like at the same time though, like the storyline's really good, the character development's really good. All of it, all in around, is just a really stellar show.
The only thing they slept on was the animation, but I think it was just because they were trying to appeal to a younger group, and coming in from Clone Wars to watching Rebels, it's
a big difference.
Yeah, you really notice it.
It's a lot more animated.
But I really liked, like when I was a kid, I didn't like Clone Wars because I was like, this is stupid. But like now that I'm an adult, I've gone back and rewatched Clone Wars, and Clone Wars is so tough.
Oh, I could watch it any day.
So tough. Like the respect I have for these clones, dude. Shout out Captain Rex, bro.
Oh God.
All of these beautiful fucking scenes in those shows, and like Kanan,
shout out Bad Batch.
I think Kanan probably like one of the most like dopest and strongest Jedi masters besides Yoda and like obviously the ones from the movies, but anyone that wasn't like already a master after Order 66, like all the little side stories they've done, he's like the dopest and smartest with the Force. I think going blind actually brought him closer to it.
Oh, for sure, because he had to learn, like Daredevil, he had to learn a new sense.
Exactly.
You know, I definitely feel like once he became blind and he had to like focus more on his different senses, it's definitely put a dampener on his fighting style for a little bit, but it eventually turned into him just going off. And man, once you guys actually sit down and watch it and you see what he does like later on in the show, like it's pretty damn sick. He does a lot of like Jedi stuff that you don't normally see in a lot of like the apprentices and the Jedi masters and stuff. So I think it's really cool.
I really think Kanan would have beat every Sith Lord except for Vader and Palpatine. Like, he would have demolished Darth Maul. He would have beat fucking Count Dooku. He would have beat any of those fucking, like, in the Disney movies, any of the ones who have red lightsabers there. He would have fucked them all up. You know, there was
Inquisitors.
Yeah, fuck them. There's nobody taking on my main Kanan, bro. Kanan was dope as fuck. Also think, like, he was part of that stronger generation of Jedi because after Order 66, they kind of threw away all that no feelings, no attachments bullshit. Because it's like, bro, there's barely any of us left. Like,
shit, I don't know how many younglings were left. Like, you know,
Kanan was a youngling. No, he was a Padawan.
Yeah, he was a Padawan. But you know who was a youngling though? Cal Kestis.
Yeah, Cal Kestis.
Kestis was my guy.
I really think they should give Cal Kestis a fucking movie,
live action for sure, 100%.
Yeah, and if you guys don't know who Cal Kestis is, he's from the Force Awaken.
No, that's a really good game too.
That's
though.
Star Destroyer.
Is
that what?
Yeah,
name
that's Star
is?
Destroyer. Yeah,
Planet Destroyer.
No, it's Star Destroyer,
bro.
He's
he needs
sick.
to be
The
canon
bald
too.
guy.
Yeah,
he was sick.
If they made that into a TV show, that would be tough. That would be tough because that kid right there was probably even. I think he was stronger than Darth Vader in the game series. Like he was
able to stop an entire ship at the last part of the game of the first game. I remember he takes on a Star Destroyer and he literally is preventing it from leaving.
Yeah,
and that right there is also what Darth Vader did in
the Obi-Wan show.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I thought that was pretty sick, too, because you get to see a little bit more of, like, Anakin's power once he freaking turned to the dark side.
You know, that's what gives me more respect for dudes like Obi-Wan, bro, because he is not nearly as strong in the Force connection as he is, as, like, people, you know, around him. But, bro, consistently wins, does not lose a fight. You know,
follows that Jedi code.
Yeah, he does fall. No, he had a girlfriend in Clone Wars. You know, the princess from Mandalore.
Yeah,
that was his biddy. When she died, he almost cried.
Yeah, he almost crashed out, but he didn't. He didn't
out.
Crash out like Anakin.
No, no.
Yeah, rest in peace, Padme.
Do you think Obi-Wan fucked Padme? There's the whole theory of Obi-Wan actually fucked Padme.
Luke Skywalker, you're actually a Kenobi.
Yeah. He said, "Ben, you didn't tell me." Fucking A. Now that's weird to me too. It's like, why did George Lucas start so far into the series? You know,
I think it's because
he probably had no idea of coming back.
That's all it was originally. When he first came out, A New Hope was like the beginning of everything.
There was no Anakin.
I feel like, but then again, though, I also feel like if you're as successful in filmmaking and stuff as he is, he probably has a plan already set in motion before that first movie was even made.
Well, that's the thing. Was Star Wars his first, or was Jurassic Park? Like, I know George Lucas, the creator of Star Wars, he had his hand in a lot of those big fucking franchise films. He was
definitely what paved the way into like the filmmaking that it is today.
Yeah, for sure. Except when Disney gets a hold of things, they tend to shit on it, dude. Disney has ruined Star Wars. Do you agree with that statement?
I definitely feel like it's more of a money grab for Disney. Definitely.
Yeah, it's fallen to their little wokenum.
And that's a new word, guys.
They're a little wokenum. And you know what, though, is a lot of people aren't fucking with the new Star Wars shit. Like, the best shit they have is Mandalorian, I think. And then
my boy Pedro Pascal.
Oh, yeah. Fucking Daddy Pedro. Hey, if anyone's watching The Last of Us, yo. I know a lot of us played the game.
I ain't gonna say nothing, but
A lot of us played the game, but I know y'all girlfriends are tripping right now, right? Shit's crazy. But yeah, no, Mandalorian's the best show they got right now. All the other ones have flopped, except for Ahsoka. Ahsoka's tight.
Ahsoka was great.
But Ezra Bridger making an appearance is what made it for me.
Acolyte was ass.
Didn't even try it.
I read the premises of it, and
I just heard the actresses talking about it, and I was like, I don't even want to watch this. Yeah, I don't even want to watch this. No, because that, like, I don't know, dude. Star Wars is such a big franchise. Like, I personally don't understand. Like, it had, like, nerding now to me makes sense because there is so much and so much access, and like we have the internet, so we can see anything at any time. Like,
yeah, but nowadays, freaking being a nerd is popular.
Yeah,
you know, like back in my day, I'm a pretty old man.
Buddy's 49.
Definitely not 49. I'm a young 28, but 28. Definitely freaking. I enjoy Star Wars probably more than the average person, just because I grew up with it as a child. You know, I was like 4 or 5 years old with all the Star Wars posters, and I had lightsabers, and me and my stepdad, we used to fight all the time with the lightsabers.
Oh God,
yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Like I said, I didn't like it as a kid, but I have a distinct memory of everyone having a lightsaber in the apartment complex. And bro, once it became night out, we all had the batteries in it. Shit used to glow. We used to go, and we had a couple wars out there.
Yeah, I didn't have no people like that.
Shit, the apartment complex, man. Shout out Meadowdale Apartments. If you come from it, you know from it, you know. Bro, the shit would hurt. Them little thwapping of the hands. I used to get lightsabers all the time, and I don't even know why. Like, I really didn't like it.
I don't even know where the rest of mine went.
I tell you what do you think, and I think I know the answer, but what, in your opinion, is the best Star Wars movie?
My personal favorite Star Wars movie is definitely Attack of the Clones.
Ass movie.
He says that.
It's an ass movie.
There's a lot of plot armor in it and a lot of issues that reside within it. But I do enjoy the creation of the clones because it's the first movie that they're like really shown like, oh, hey, yeah, you know, there's this dude who we find out was an older he was an older Jedi. But it was actually Emperor Palpatine.
No, it was Count Dooku.
Was it Count Dooku? He was the one who ordered the clones to be made.
No, you're right.
No, that's what I was. Yeah, no.
Sidious made the clones, but Count Dooku was the one who like did the whole what I just said. Cypher Diaz. He's the one who created that. He killed them. Yeah. But
freaking the clones and how they created it. The main guy who plays Boba Fett. Or not Boba Fett, Jango Fett. The dude who plays Jango Fett is literally the voice of every single clone in every show, every movie. Respect to him because he is the only person in the Star Wars world who has appeared in almost every single show.
Yeah, that's true. In all of them. Anytime there is a clone, it is that actor. And you know what? I think he has to be one of the highest paid actors from Star Wars
because he's just so many different things. Yeah,
yeah. He's in all the games. Like he's just he has.
I feel like he has more screen time than fucking everybody, including Mark Hamill.
Yeah, no. Well, maybe in total, yeah. If you're counting like a cartoon,
yeah, 100% voicing and everything.
Yeah. He definitely has more screen time.
And I think that's crazy.
Because there's whole ass, in Clone Wars, there's whole ass episodes where it's just clones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And isn't that kind of
Not
crazy?
to mention Bad Batch. I'm pretty sure that's all him, too.
Yeah, Bad Batch is all them. It is all him. Hi, I'm Omega.
Yeah. That has to be crazy as an actor just to be talking to yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Like to hear playbacks of yourself and then have to talk with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably wicked. Like
I don't like the way I sound but so to hear myself and then also speak to myself.
Well, that's because he has done so many characters and it's all pretty much his voice, just slight different variations.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he just has done all the words and like they can just use it now over time?
I think they have definitely done something like that.
Like with AI, they have to, like, it's probably so easy to do.
Unless, like, I feel like normal conversations, they probably do that. But I feel like the emotion and whatnot, like when he needs to like be emotional about it, it's definitely him speaking.
What's your favorite age of Rex?
Age of Rex. Old Rex is cool.
Old Rex
is cool.
Yeah.
You see
the retired Rex when they're just chilling on the walker.
Mm-hmm. Yep. They're just doing their own thing. They're like, yo, you know what? Let's just get back in a fight.
That's what I thought was really fucking cool about Rebels is like anytime like you start it, and for me personally, when I started Rebels, that show, I was like, I don't know about the animation style. I just got off Clone Wars, and like the fan service, I would say, in that show is just peak. Like they hit everything you want. You want deeper on the Force, they give it to you. You want, creation and building of a lightsaber, they give it to you. You want younglings,
building of a lightsaber. The lightsaber has also a blaster. When have you seen that?
Yep. And you get to see Ezra kind of go through his using the dark side and the fucking light side. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think it is definitely, if you're like a very fucking nerd for Star Wars, go watch Star Wars Rebels. That shit has so much shit. And if you're watching the Ahsoka, I think it's all gonna tie in.
Oh, 100%, because we already witnessed a live action Ezra Bridger.
Mm-hmm. They found him from when he left in Rebels. So it's cool.
So it's all circled.
And I think they obviously they animate the fighting scene so much better in the animation than the Disney has done for the live action. I don't know why they make it look like it's like they're hitting with great swords or something. Like a lightsaber is a beam of light. There's no reason it should feel heavy, hard. No, like it should be swift, clean hits.
If anything, like the lightsaber should weigh like no more than like 4 pounds, 5 pounds,
whatever the hilt is. I imagine that's all the weight.
Yeah, because there should be no weight with the light and the energy. Yeah, 100%. And just think about the people who train for so long, because like you have to be actually like. You have to know how to use a lightsaber. You can't just wave it around. Otherwise, you're going to cut yourself.
Well, that's the thing is people that aren't force sensitive cannot use a lightsaber like a Jedi can, because they have the force that they know where like they're able to
Finn?
not hit themselves. No, there's a theory that Finn does have the force. He is force sensitive.
You think so?
I think so, because he does wield it pretty well, and then at the same time, there's signs I think in that whole. But see. I'm part of the Star Wars fans that cut off the fucking Disney, dude. All of that shit is stupid. 100%. Like they made Luke just turn into a weenie boy.
100%. And the fact that he comes back looking like he literally went through hell, and then doesn't have really anything to do with the story that much.
I think it's funny that the Mark Hamill openly talks about how shitty it is.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. He's like, I wouldn't have done it. He's like, I wouldn't have wrote this. Like, I even told them, like, hey, we should have this for Luke. I think this would be way better. And they were like, no, we're not going to go that way.
And it's weird that they wouldn't get his opinion, considering the fact that he is Luke. Star Wars.
Well, yeah, he's the face of it, bro. And I mean, like, for a character like that, it's like like when you've played it like he did, and at the same time you are known for it, I think you kind of become that character in a sense where it's like, you can't write Luke for Luke. Mm-hmm. He knows Luke, so let him cook. Like, give him the outline and then let him be Luke in it. You know? And I think that it's just stupid where they try to go with it. The old Star Whores are hitting you.
Oh, the Star Whores can hit a left. I'm in a podcast.
I got a little bit of a trivia game. This is questions just for you, and I want you to be able to answer them. And whenever you can't, you have to make a fucking Wookiee sound or the Jar Jar Binks sound. What was the name of the ancient Sith planet?
It's not Dathomir?
Nope.
Damn.
It's the one that they go to on the very last movie.
Disney?
Yep.
Shit, I don't remember that shit.
You gotta make a Wookiee sound. Who was the Supreme Chancellor before Palpatine? Boom, 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 boom. What event marked the beginning of the Clone Wars?
Order 66.
No, that was
no, that was the end. No, the beginning of it.
What was the first event to start the Clone Wars?
Wasn't it the assassination with Jango Fett? That's how they found out originally in the second movie when the movie just started. They find out that there's a bounty hunter trying to capture Padme, and they go through the chase scene with the the pods.
I think I didn't look up these answers, so what I'm gonna say is my think, and I think you're wrong because I think it's because the Trade Federation started doing bullshit. The
Trade Federation
started doing because Emperor Palpatine, he was already deep within when the movie started.
Yeah, he was already in planning, plotting, and all that already for sure.
So that's why I think the Trade Federation is what started the Clone Wars. They started attacking other planets, shit like that,
and they needed to
siege. And so the clones, they were like, we need the Clone War. But what started the creation? Remember, he became chancellor. They made him quick chancellor. What was that for?
Padme gave it to him.
Naboo was gonna get blown up. That's what it was. The Trade Federation was gonna blow up Naboo,
and they needed approval to create an army.
Naboo was gonna blow up. Final answer. Bing, bing, bing. Winner. Lightsaber lore. Who constructed a purple blade?
Motherfucker. You know who that is, my boy Samuel Jackson.
I don't like these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane. He said, that's all I can say.
Yeah, man. All I got to say is Mace Windu as a Jedi. The reason why he's got that purple is because but not necessarily, but the purple lightsabers are people who are like the warriors, aren't they?
No, that's the yellow.
That's
are the people
yellow?
who protect the...
I thought they were the balance. They're like...
Yeah,
they're the people...
Purple is balance of light and dark.
No. The yellow is the fucking... They're like the sentries.
Yeah, they watch the temple. They look after it.
No, I thought Mace Windu, like, having the purple lightsaber shows that you have mastery in lightsaber.
For both, yeah. I think you are correct. What is the race of Darth Maul?
Oh... I have no clue, actually, and that's something that I should know. So I'm sorry if I, disappoint everybody.
I think it's Darth Raki.
Darth Raki,
or it's because they're from Dathomir.
Or they're Iraqis. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. All right, for fucking a bonus point, what is Darth Maul's brother's name? The yellow one.
Yeah, I've seen this one, but I can't remember that one either.
His name is Savage.
Savage
was that dude.
That man, Savage.
Remember?
That's Savage.
They gave him the little fucking smelling salts, and he became Darth Savage. What was the name of the assassin that tried to kill Padme in Attack of the Clones?
The shapeshifter?
Yeah, what was her name?
The fuck?
I don't know the answer either, but your guess is as good as mine. The fucking going to get
skibbity toilet.
Skibbity toilet. What is the rule of two, and who created it?
There can only be one: a master and an apprentice.
Can only be two. Who created it?
I can't remember.
The Sith.
The Sith. Well, yeah, the Sith touch deeper with the Force than the Jedi do, because the Jedi cut off their emotions, whereas the Sith they wield all their emotion inside of the Force.
Yeah, but they primarily use anger, which is a little bit of a backpack. Now I got some theories that I want to shout out and that we kind of explore on and kind of fill out for ourselves. Jar Jar Binks as a Sith Lord.
I've seen this many times on the internet, and you know what?
Do you yourself see a path where he could become?
No, not really. I'm pretty sure it's fan based. Like,
no, these are all fan based.
Yeah, but I definitely feel like Jar Jar Binks is a 100% supportive character. Bro, I don't think he could end up.
If Jar Jar Binks was in real life. You know what I mean? But he'd be one of those guys at Walmart. Hello.
Can I check your receipt?
Yeah. You got the numbers? That would be. I don't think we're gonna find him being a Hitler. You know what I mean? I just don't see it. I think that one.
You think he's gonna go take control of everybody in the water and just lead a fucking?
No, I don't. I really don't. I don't think he's doing any of that. Yeah. So that theory. Fucking no, not working. Mace Windu survived.
Yeah, that 100%. I say that because they are actually in the process of making a show about it.
I really hope so, because there's so much that could have happened from the time he fell out the window. Mm-hmm. And like, just imagine we get that story right after his arms fucked. He's no lightsaber anymore, and he's just trying to find his way back.
Bro could have just fell off the building and freaking landed on a speeder or something.
Yeah. I mean, Anakin did it. Why can't Mace Windu?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I personally like Mace Windu better than Anakin, but
and we have seen in Ezra and in Clone Wars that when a Jedi falls from high, that doesn't mean death. They will hit the fucking Force on the bottom to give
100%.
themselves a little float.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's probably, we see Kanan do it all the time. Mm-hmm. We see Ezra do it all the time.
You know, like, do you think?
I think they do the cool little Force push. You know, where they like Kanan will run, jump, and Ezra will Force push him forward to get to the other side.
Oh yeah, that's hard as fuck.
And then he'll pull him.
Yeah, Force pull.
Yeah, I think that shit is tough.
Mm-hmm. Well, that right there, that's that combo.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying, though, is those shows right there really give the full nature of the Force and what can be done.
Yeah, definitely. But I also feel, too, that in animation, you can do a lot more than you can live action.
Yeah. Fucking, the Force made the Skywalker family. I believe this in a sense because Anakin, they said he had no father. Exactly. He was sourced to have no father. He also had the highest midichlorian count ever dated. And I don't know if they ever took Luke's. Was Luke's ever recorded to be higher?
So you're telling me that his mother's maiden name was Skywalker?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm pretty sure, yeah. I don't even know his mom's name. Fucking woman. I know that.
It's Shmi. Yeah, because Uncle Owen he was talking about
what a fucking name, dude.
Yeah, Shmi. it's Shmi.
Anakin went and killed a whole village full of fucking creatures for a bitch named Shmi. She was probably sucking on some Shmi.
He did it for Shmi.
Yeah, no, fucking I don't know about that. I don't know about the whole family, obviously, but there was a reason I feel like the Skywalkers were made. And I stand on that fence where Anakin had to go to the dark side because I kind of believe that the Jedi were the bad guys. Mm-hmm. And I only say this because, I mean, objectively, they weren't the bad guys. Obviously, Palpatine was a Hitler of the universe and killed people and fucking destroyed planets and all that bullshit, hunted down Jedi, right?
Yeah, but the Jedi held hella secrets, though, and stuff that, you know, like they didn't want to publicize to people.
I say the Jedi were like the Catholic Church with the Pope, you know? It's like they have all their secrets and their fucking espionage.
You're comparing the Jedi Council to the Pope.
To the Pope.
You know his priests touch little boys. I don't think people do that in the fucking Jedi Council.
I don't know, dude.
I mean, Anakin Skywalker. I mean, he did kill all of them.
He did kill them all. Who knows? There's probably a little fondling up in there.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
I don't know. I think Skywalker was probably made by the Force, but I don't think it's anything special.
You think Jedi's got Jedi support groups? They have like AA.
No, I think
I used the dark side one time.
If you're seen crying, you're just a bitch. I'm pretty sure. I'm just like, they see you crying, they're like, what? Kick this guy out. What is he doing? Send him to the library with the
old lady.
Yeah,
the old lady,
the librarian.
She'll teach you.
Yeah, she will.
She'll tell you where Camino's not.
She's
Camino should be right here.
Yeah,
but it's not.
For a planet that's right. If it's not in here, then it does not exist, bitch. That's the thing. That you're right though. It's like there were so many secrets and there was so much. Like the Jedi though, they like to play this higher power kind of card where it's like we will come and we will oversee shit, but we are not gonna step in on anything.
They're like the fucking 5-0.
Yeah, pretty much. I think too, though. I think if Qui-Gon Jinn wouldn't have died, things would have been different, and I think the Jedi would have changed.
Yeah, because he was pure. He was pure, and he also understood what needed to be done as well.
He was like Kanan. Where he used his emotions to strengthen him instead of hurt him.
That's why his lightsaber is green.
Yeah, because he was strong-willed. The Force and whatnot. I don't know. I really think that they missed out on a good like what if series on if Qui-Gon.
They should have made a whole bunch of more like they should have done a young Qui-Gon like series or something like that, or a series where Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan, like like the series of him training Obi-Wan.
Yeah,
that would be sick.
And I bet you Liam Neeson would be down for it. I mean, who'd like Qui-Gon Jinn, bro? It's just such a goated character.
He'll take you.
This is the thing, though, is when Qui-Gon was meditating before he fights Darth Maul and dies.
Yeah, before he gets stabbed.
He had to have seen his own death, and he
For
had
sure.
to have seen everything that was gonna be laid upon.
He knew that he had to die.
But do you think that he knew he had to die so Anakin could turn to the dark side to eventually destroy the Sith for good?
I think bro was just like Doctor Strange, man. He was just like,
It's
it's that one chance, man.
See, but he didn't. The Skywalker, like Anakin, didn't destroy the Sith because they came.
No,
back.
he did. He destroyed the Sith because the Sith was Palpatine and Vader, and obviously the Emperor Palpatine came back, but I mean Vader, there's a couple of people who I could think could be the chosen one. I genuinely think not Luke Skywalker, Anakin Skywalker was the chosen one because he was able to break the balance of the Force, and for a time he was, conflicted. He was able to kind of like figure out what was going on, from both sides. He eventually chose the wrong side. But I feel like because he sensed this disturbance, he thought that Emperor Palpatine was Sith. When he was talking to Mace Windu and everybody, and Mace Windu is like talking to him. Anakin's like, I think he might be a Sith, and then Mace Windu's like, are you sure? You must keep this information, classified. And that was when, I think right before Anakin was declared a council member, but not rank a Jedi Master. And I think the fact that he didn't get the rank of Jedi Master is what kind of broke his spirit and what turned him kind of more towards Emperor Palpatine's side.
Palpatine groomed him though. He fucking
from a boy.
Yeah, saw a little boy on a fucking mission and was like, ooh.
And now think about it this way, though. Think about how many years went by from the first movie and the second movie, and we didn't see anything. There's no show or anything that shows like what happened once Anakin was a child. He didn't have any Force knowledge or anything like that. And then we just shoot to episode 2, and he's suddenly, an adult, and he's
I think he's 15 in the second Attack on the Clones.
No,
that's what they say.
For real,
that's what they say, yeah.
Bro, look like a grown ass man.
It's only been 3 fucking years.
No, it can't be
like
just
that.
3 years.
Yeah, because I think he was 12. He was 12, bro. I'm telling you, if I got the chance to go in the council and get to guest cup ship glass.
Guest cup ship? What?
No, like Master Yoda's holding the tablet, and I gotta go ship speeder.
Oh yeah,
cup.
They're doing
the Force test. Yeah, easy. You know how fucking cool it would be, bro, if I got dropped into the world of a galaxy far, far away right now. I would be a Jedi. I would have to be. If I wasn't, bro, I'd fucking kill myself and try again, like fucking reincarnate. Dude, do you know how shitty it would be if you got made as a Jabba? There has been no Jabba Jedis. There has been no Jabba Jedis, bro. I gotta look it up. That'd be so funny.
No, actually, I think there has been one.
No. A Jabba Jedi?
Let me look it up right now. Hold on. I genuinely think I've seen one before. Jawa.
Jawa
Jedi.
It's not possible. I know they have a Wookiee Jedi. I have seen it. In
Star Wars, Jawas are mysterious. Yada yada. Oh, right here. Is there any Jawa? Well, this Jedi was named Ael, and he was actually around the time during the Clone Wars.
No way. And he looked like a Jawa?
Yeah. Bro's name is Ael.
Let me see him. That's crazy.
That's
They must have
crazy.
skinny ones or something.
I mean, you know, like the Star Wars lore goes so far. You know, if you
they
guys
have
ever
comic
want,
books too.
yeah. Oh, dude, I got so many comic books, dude. Freaking, when I was younger, I used to collect bins and bins of comic books. I used to go to the comic book store freaking 2-3 times a fucking week. And let me tell you, like the stuff that I used to get were pretty freaking cool. I used to go in and get new issues all the time. And I remember one Christmas, it was I was like 8-9 years old, and my biological dad, he ended up giving me a bunch of collectible Star Wars comic books, and I looked at online, and some of them are like $200-$300 freaking, just because like they haven't been opened or nothing like that. They're like in pristine condition. I feel like I should go get them graded.
It's cool that I think it's cool that they dive that deep. They dive that deep. They give us the books. I think it's really cool that, you know, in some books that they have that like Leia is a really strong Jedi. And then I thought that was cool that they brought that into the Disney verse of Star Wars, is showing Leia train Rey. Because Leia in the books, like in the books that I've read, is a fucking really strong Force user and very smart, but she gives it up to save her family. Like she gives it up and she's done with it.
What a pussy.
But she had the, like, bro, when they say potential, she had the potential. It wasn't like Luke was the only
I feel like
gifted.
she had more potential than Luke did,
Oh,
considering
yeah.
the fact that bro was freaking on Tatooine, and
Yes.
she's over there freaking kicking it, freaking the governor's fucking daughter.
Yeah, like with the resources she had, if she could have became Jedi, you know, and that, I don't know, that's just the cool, you know, thing about an IP this big. It's just that people can create as many fucking what ifs and stories in their brain. I personally think Star Wars is way cooler than Star Trek. Star Trek is for fucking mouth breathers. I hate Star Trek.
I think Star Trek is for those people who live in the basements and eat nothing but Doritos and play World of Warcraft.
Fucking shout out Adam, dude. You don't play World of Warcraft. You play like Satisfaction. I can't get out between that.
Bro does pixelated games and stuff. I can't do that.
If you're a person who plays a game where you're moving a crane or something, or a fucking
Power wash simulator.
yeah, or you're fucking building a factory, I can't. Don't ask me to play the game with you. I won't.
The drug dealer simulator, I got you. I'll help you sling all day.
Speaking of games, what Star Wars game is the most memorable for you in your life?
For me, 100% Star Wars Battlefront 2.
I knew you were gonna say that.
And Star Wars Battlefront 2 had the greatest star fights.
That was the one on PlayStation?
Yeah, on
2?
PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
And that was that you could play 2-player on that, and it was so fun. And I remember you could also when you were playing as the Sith, when you were force choking people, I liked the animation that they went like, because they would always like grab their necks and be like, oh, but they'd all be like floating up in the air and shit. Yeah, definitely. Star Wars Battlefront 2 was really good. Star Wars Starfighter was really, really good for the N64. I don't know if you ever played that one. No. Is you literally just play. You don't go anywhere but man a cockpit, and you're just flying around and just, you know, trying to destroy stuff. But it was a lot of fun. I never really played a bunch of like other Star Wars games except for like Lego Star Wars.
Dude, yeah, that's
Star
where
Wars,
I'm gonna go.
Lego Star Wars 3.
All of them.
Fucking hard as fuck.
The one where Luke's on the cover holding the blade up front.
Come on now.
That was my shit. Because on my PlayStation 2, I was born way later than bro. So
bro's 4 years younger than me. Come on now.
I had the cool stuff. No, when I was a kid though, Lego Star Wars was coming out because the new or not the newer, but the prequels were coming out, and I played the fuck out of Star Wars. I had all the characters. I'd go back and play the free play, go get all the little collectibles. Like, I'd go sit in the lobby and just listen to the dudes dance. You stand there long enough not moving, your dude just starts to tweak a little bit and starts to move. Yeah, dude. Lego Star Wars, goated game. Also, Force Awakens, I wanted to touch on it again because that game, fucking phenomenal. I wish we would have got something, a movie.
I only played it on the DS.
Really?
Yeah.
With Starkiller or whatever?
Yeah, I only played it on the DS.
Dude.
It was cool though because it's like all of the Force powers. I had to use my stylus to tap and use, but I had to like chain them.
That's cool.
So I could like, you know, do combo moves and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, I have fucking fond memories of beating that game with Mr. T. We fucking stayed up all night and played that game. Like there was Force Awakens 1, or maybe it was Force Unleashed. I think it was Force Unleashed. Because I think Force Awakens is the Cal Kestis, but Force Unleashed is what I'm talking about.
Force Awakened is Force Unleashed is what you're talking about.
That's what I'm talking about.
Cal Kestis is a really good game though.
Those are really good.
Beautiful fucking graphics too.
Oh yeah. It was really peak.
I really like the Force Awakened games only because they give you a little bit more lore on characters and places.
Order 66 and everything that was kind of going down.
Oh yeah, bro lived through it. Yeah. Like he had to escape.
Yeah, and he was kind of one of in those rare, kind of not rare, but in those weird times where he didn't get all his training finished before Order 66 happened. So it was kind of like he kind of had to build it at the same time.
The entire game, he literally relearns how to use the Force.
And what I think is cool is that they're able to kind of like fucking Avatar, blue people connect with their ancestors through the Force, and like Kanan and Cal Kestis, they both are shown going to temples.
I don't think it's more like Avatar. I'm
just saying like when they go to the temples and shit, the Force ghosts will talk to them and like
that's more like Avatar Aang going in Avatar state.
I mean both. They all talk to their ancestors. I just mean in the sense where like Kanan, he gets made from a apprentice to a Jedi Knight by the Force ghost in the fucking temple.
Right.
And so it's like it's cool that they're able to even like Cal Kestis can learn further even though people are gone. Like he can still go deep in his connection to the Force, which will give him more knowledge about the Jedi too.
For sure.
And I think it's cool that they showed that Luke was like, even though the Disney ones suck, they suck. It's cool that Luke still tried to put the order back together in the right way, And I think it's cool that they showed like Luke he has some of the best Force feats in cinema, because him projecting his body. You remember in the second installment of the Disney ones, he projects his consciousness and shit halfway across the galaxy on that planet.
You know how much force power that takes?
Bro. I think that's what killed him. He did that, and then he was dead after that.
You think so?
I'm pretty sure he dies right after
that. I
that.
don't remember too much about the Disney ones.
I remember Luke shows up to, like, taunt Kylo Ren into, like, and he's just standing there, and he pulls out the lightsaber on the battlefield, him against all of the things, and Kylo Ren bolts him and tries to hit him and realizes it's a Force ghost, and after that, he passes out. Luke does, and I'm pretty sure he dies, but it's such a fucking feat. Like you never saw no one else do that shit.
No, facts.
No, you never did. And like Luke I think he is the chosen one. Even though people say, oh, Anakin, but without Luke, Anakin couldn't have become redeemed to become whatever he did.
Mm-hmm. But then like you said, Luke.
That's
Luke
really that fucking. That's that
the
one
shaky finger.
The shaky finger. That's the shaky finger right there. He says, "Tell me this is it." If I tell you,
it's not gonna happen.
Yeah. Side note: how was him not looking at Iron Man and going like, in that moment,
changing the fucking shit?
Yeah. How was that not telling him?
I think
because he knew what he was thinking of doing, and he was like, "You have to do that."
He was like, "It's the one.
That's
one
the
chance,
only thing you
chance.
can do." If you're looking at me, that means you're thinking about it. Do it.
They got that connection, man.
Yeah.
Strange and Tony. That's a strange Tony right there.
Strange Tony, dude. Yeah, no, fucking Star Wars, man. It's a beautiful thing. All the games, all the fucking TV shows. God, they've made some really.
Even the rides. Yeah. The rides are fun too.
I've never done any of the Star Wars.
You go to Dave and Buster's and you do the little Star Wars battle VR? Pods.
Yeah.
No, not the VR, the battle pod where it's got the door and you go inside it and you sit down and it's got like the wind that blows on you and it's got like noise like all 360 around you.
Yeah.
It's like $2 to play. It's not worth it, but I mean, shoot, man. Like
I'll tell you what. Dropped into the galaxy far, far away. If I didn't become a Jedi, I would find the fucking Mandalores and I would join them.
I want a Darksaber.
Yeah, I'd fight my way.
That'd be hard
I'd
as
fight
fuck.
my way for that fucking
like
Darksaber.
if I have to take it, I'm gonna off all of you.
Yeah. That's that thing. How come fucking Pedro Pascal doesn't cut his arm off using the Darksaber? He probably is force sensitive.
I think all Mandalorians are force sensitive. They're warrior people.
Yeah, but you don't. Oh, you haven't watched Mandalore too much, so he's not a real Mandalorian.
No.
So like the Mandalorians in that show of Mandalorian, those are all. They're pretty much like a fucking cult made after Mandalore was extinguished. Mm-hmm. So all of these Mandalorians don't reveal their face. They keep their helmets on.
But Sabine's in that, right?
No, Sabine is an actual Mandalorian.
But that's what I'm saying, though, is like... is
actual Mandalorians...
She's alive at that time, right?
Yeah, but she's not in the show.
Got you.
But Mandalorians from Mandalore don't... That whole not show your face shit, that's not true. But in the cult that our Mandalorian is a part of,
right?
They don't show their face. They have all these rules, the creed, all of that shit. Like, they think they're Mandalorians. But the real people of Mandalore... he does meet them eventually, and they're like, yo, you're doing this fucking cult shit. This is not Mandalorian. And then, yeah. But no, I think it's cool that he doesn't fucking ever cut his own dick off on accident. Imagine you're just standing there, you're taking a piss, and your lightsaber malfunctions. Ah! You're a girl.
How would it malfunction, though?
I don't know.
Don't you have to use the Force just to activate it?
But they have buttons.
But the button has, like, I don't know. Hasn't there been situations when somebody tries to use somebody's lightsaber and it doesn't light up?
I don't think so. Because I don't think activating the lightsaber is force.
But isn't each person connected to their own kyber crystal?
Each person makes their own crystal, yeah.
Yeah, but once they create the crystal,
like you have to go find your crystal.
Yeah, but when you go and find it, don't you build a connection with it?
Yeah. Like
so then, thing. Like, wouldn't you, like, if it's a living thing, wouldn't it repel somebody who is, like, let's just say you're evil as hell and you're fighting against them, you know, and the kyber crystal can sense that you're about to, you know, fight some dude or something like that, and the dude takes your lightsaber.
That's only if you come in contact with the crystal.
So they have to take the crystal out.
Yeah, that's how you turn a lightsaber red.
Yeah, you got to make it bleed.
You have to bleed the crystal by putting your anger into it, by holding onto it. So, yeah.
I wonder how powerful Voldemort's kyber crystal would have been.
Shit would have been fucking black. It would have been
a black blade.
Well, how was the black saber not considered like a?
I don't think the dark saber is a real lightsaber.
Oh, it is. There was a Mandalorian who became a Jedi.
And he got the black saber.
Yeah, that was his. He crafted it, and that's why the Mandalorians want it, because it's an ancient relic of one of theirs.
Does it like burn hotter or like what?
It's just a lightsaber, just in a different shape.
You don't think certain sabers burn at a higher intensity?
Oh no, there are different sabers. I believe it, because like we even see a few different ones like throughout the.
If you go onto the Wikipedia website and actually look at all of it.
Sabers.
Yeah, they got, you know, axe sabers and just like weird, crazy like mace sabers and stuff.
Doesn't even make sense.
Not really.
Because a saber, as soon as it touches you, it's mouth.
What I don't get is how the fuck does a lightsaber not consistently keep growing? How does it know when to stop at a certain time?
Setting.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't remember? So they talk about it with Ezra Bridger. He uses Kanan's lightsaber at one point when he's training, and he says, here, turn the thing down so it's for your height. There's like a little setting you put for your height and what kind you like.
Got you.
Yeah, so
because if it's too tall, it might end up cutting you or something like that.
Well, they have ones that are like long swords, and then they have some that are like, you know,
we
just see a lot of the short sword ones
in the game. Force Awakens, you see Ezra Bridger in the Force Awakens 2. He gets all these different types of Cal Kestis. Thank you. You see him get all of the different types of like saber mounts. You know, he can double saber, he can dual wield. Yeah. And one of my favorite ones that he could use was like a greatsword version of it. And like the power on that one was like, you can see it in the game when you switch over to it. The beam intensifies and grows like whiter. Yeah. And I'm wondering, like, can you make your sword, like, can you make like the diameter of a lightsaber like gigantic?
I think it's all just in the hilt, you know.
What do you mean?
Like the hilt piece they put on that last little top piece. I think that is what, you know, creates the size of the beam. because everyone creates theirs with different pieces in different ways. You know,
Right.
remember the robot who pretty much
Yeah, he
trained
builds
all the fucking
lightsabers
Jedi forever. Yeah, that'd be the motherfucker that you'd want to spend the most time with. Trust, like just to learn everything. Like if you're really,
General Grievous should have went and done some training with him.
Where do you think General Grievous comes from? Is he an alien or was he built?
He's a cyborg. Like but I feel like he was a specific type of people.
Yeah.
And then something happened or something. I don't know.
Yeah, they got like dominated.
Because bro looks like a robot, but at the same time though,
when Obi-Wan kills him, he
got
hits
the
fucking
heart
lungs and shit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Grievous was probably my favorite.
They kind of did him a little dirty. They didn't have enough showtime for him.
No, but he gets a lot more showtime in Clone Wars.
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
And I just because I mean the whole Clone Wars is against Grievous pretty much. You know, we don't see him go down until the very end when Obi-Wan takes him down.
And Count Dookie.
But I think Grievous is my favorite, other than Vader, because bro, if I think Vader. But I don't know. You gave a good argument about Voldemort, but I think Vader is top 3 villains of all time in TV, in movies, like in film. Period. He's top 3.
Yeah. When you think of a villain, you think of Voldemort, Vader, Megatron.
Yeah.
What are you doing, fool?
I wasn't even gonna think of Megatron, so that was a good.
Megatron. Come on, now I'm that old.
Yeah. You are that old.
What you know about Transformers?
But hey, we appreciate you guys for tuning in to our little May the 4th episode. I hope you did enjoy it. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Your favorite Star Wars movie in the comments. Let us know what you're fucking with. Leave some timestamps down there of your favorite moment in the episode, and we will catch you in the next one. Thank you to Hunter for popping out for this episode. And you guys should see more of him. Bro is a really big weed enthusiast, so I plan to have him on to talk about some fucking
I do like weed
sometime. So
pot is my shit.
like the video, share it with your grandma. Let's get it.